Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exceptional, exclusive episode of the Pitchside podcast.
Side.
Listen, class is in session. Get your dictionaries, Google, whatever else you use. It's going to be very important because today's guests are Coach Steve, welcome to the Pitchside podcast.
Thank you so much for already putting me under pressure on day one.
No, we just want to understand because, hey, there's things that need explanations that we don't understand.
Those who don't understand is exactly when I say I hope you understand. Then you know you wouldn't understand.
When it's hot and people are under the sun and it's getting much hotter and people don't understand why it's getting hotter.
No, it's because they want to sweat. The reason they're wearing jackets in the sun and it's so hot and you don't understand it, then you know that no, they just want to sweat.
I hope you understand.
Coach Steve, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Naves. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Coach Steve, let's go back. You have such a formidable, huge history with South African football, going back to Pakwa Stars, going back to the first proper national team that we went to, then also moving abroad. Your history in football in this country, and I haven't even started the coaching career, which spans over 20 years. For a person that doesn't know, they would take it like, Coach Steve Simazanje, Sega Vela Kubafana, but this goes back all the way to Clackstop.
Not. I think one has to count their blessings in as much as it looks like such a long period of time in football. It's only opportunities given to you because nobody has any God-given birthright to be where they're at. So even sitting here with the greats like yourselves, I should be very thankful and must count my blessings. And the same in football. And like any other youngster, Sugar will tell you, we start playing football at a very young age like I. And I was a culmination and a product thereof, playing in the streets and then going on. But I think the biggest thing, Naves, which I think one has to send, is the education that we go through. Tina, in our days, we're not only playing football. We also went to school. And I'll tell you why. When the education I got, when I finished matric, then I had to go to do HCA to do my teaching diploma. Football taught me. When Mike Mukwena, the late, paid me 350 rand for the month, I paid for my education. When I got a scholarship from Safaka Sticks Murewa, I took that money for my education. And little did I know that the investment in education is where I'm sitting now. That education of which gave me an element of understanding how to work and deal with people was preparing me to come and work and deal with football players, work and deal with my employees and principals, and also teach me more about how to be I don't want to say better human being, or a human being who understands certain things are not just out there for you. They are also out there for others. And when others get given, it should not be painful to you. And when you get given, you should also be thankful. So there's quite a number of lessons. We can start from then, Kwakwa Stars abroad. And we are the minute to start pressing on, the lights never go off.
Talk to us about the importance then of education and football. So we a lot of people hear of guys who say, after matric, I decided to focus on Ipola because
correct.
But how important is it as well then to have some sort of formal education?
Naves, you should never underestimate education, formal or non-formal, or even informal. To me, formal education, I remember yesterday, I think it was yesterday, a certain gentleman came to me, he had twins, Abafana Bangani twins, and they play football. They were in a sports shop. They are trying to buy some boots. So these kids say, Daddy, please, let's go to him and ask him to give us an advice. And I remember also with our youth players, every young stamina I come across, I give them one sentence. You must play football before. I mean, you must go to school before you play football. if you don't go to school before you play football, you're going to have a problem. I'm sitting on the solution now because I went to school before I played football. Now, this is what happens, Naves. You play football, you reach your peak, and then you stop playing. At the end of your career, like Sugar, like Hlompo, like everybody take going on. You have to go back to a community and society to give back. But if you had not gone through a certain level of education, informal or however, when you go back, what do you teach? Ushuga manje, even yourself, you are teachers, except that you may not necessarily be in a class to educate, but you are teachers, you are educators. So, the benefit I got from education in line in sports, which is what I say to people who want their kids to only play soccer or whatever, to sports, academics and sports, they serve the same purpose. Let me start preaching. Umfundisi uzongixolela.
Khululeka ungawari ngizokunikeza imic.
Yeah. The education shapes human beings and characters.
Okay.
Sports does the same.
Okay.
Education teaches you about you must come early to school, you must respect time, you must be accountable, you must be responsible, you must be humble. Sports does the same. So if people can understand that what you get in terms of core human values planted by education through theory is what you get through education by sports, but now put to you through practice. If you are going for a tackle and you are born it's a 50-50 and you want to show stats, you refrain because you're trying to respect the opponent. You're trying to be fair with the opponent. Now you are practicing fairness, you are practicing respect, you are practicing humility, you are practicing all these core human values. When in school or at school, they will teach you and tell you about it. So sports takes you through. School teaches you. They are critical both.
So coach, when you're speaking about this, the education part and sport, I get a sense of a life mentor, a life coach, a life guide, a person who is much more invested in making sure that you assist the person becoming a better person in order for you to become a better athlete.
But Sugar, where you going is where he's driving me towards. And when you know better, I can't explain this further. A human being, Naves, we all know, we are not only a physical being, we are not only a mental being, we are a spiritual being. So the Trinity in man, it completes, When I work in football and I just want to improve the physical part of a player, what about their spirituality? What about their mentality? So, when you assume a position of leadership and you're a coach, your primary responsibility is to make and win a human being. You will win matches, but can you win a human being? So when you win a human being, the investment goes beyond 30 years of being in sports. It goes to 70 and beyond. That's a gain, man. And which is why, man, jealous when you're just out there as a coach, to coach and win matches and care less about people and before you have a professional, you have a person.
Yes.
Before Ushuga was a top number 8, he needed to be a top human being. Now, the challenge we have, Naves, is that we come from different families and backgrounds. Some are broken. And a reflection of what you have in a team is what you get in society. So when you have a society that has challenges and that has got cracks and it's fragmented or is broken, you're going to have people within your team setup who are like that. So you need to deal with a player who comes for training or whatever. He doesn't have a mother, may not have a father, may not have both. So who then teaches them? Then I say, if they miss out on education at home, obviously they would miss out possibly on working on their norms, values, working on their conscience from church. Then they may not necessarily have the money to go to school. Those three institutions are huge. Big. The home, the school, the church. Then you have life, which then will teach you. But then Life teaches you in a way that you are confronting reality.
Yeah.
So if these kids missed out at home, they missed out at school, sports must help them.